Hello and welcome to the Secrets of Happily Ever After podcast. I'm your host, Monica Tanner, and I'm really excited about my guests today. They are Justin and Natalie Weeks, and they are the creators of one of my favorite new products. And I am so excited to talk about it because I'm always skeptical about things like this. But I have tried this. My husband and I use it. I'm excited to tell you about it. And I'm excited for you to hear the story of how it was created. So help me welcome Justin and Natalie Weeks of Evree. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great. How are you?
So good. And so excited to have this conversation with you. I want you to
Well,
start.
we're excited too and honored to be here. So thanks.
Good. I want to start by I love the origin story of this product. Like it makes me so happy. And I would love if you would just start by just kind of telling us a little bit about yourselves and how you got the idea for this product.
Sure. Okay. Well, to jump right into it, I guess, Justin's always been super thoughtful. He's great that way. I've lucked out and I'm fully aware. But what happened was I love massages and he knows it. And one time he got a massage table and brought it home and he was like, "Hey, I'd love to give you a massage. Can I give you a massage?" And I, of course, said yes, I would love one. And so he gave me just the nicest massage ever. It was so sweet. We had younger kids at the time, so we had put them to bed. And so it was just relaxing. It was lovely. And anyway, when he was done, I was like almost asleep, like on the verge of just
Yeah, of
going to bed.
course. Yeah.
And so like really I could have just like rolled off the table onto the bed and been fine. But I was so greasy and oily and sticky from the oil that he had been using that I was like, "Oh, I guess I better go jump in the shower." So I did and it was lovely still, don't get me wrong. I feel like a complainer every time I talk about this
Tell
story
your
because
story.
I really sound
Sometimes
like
the best ideas come out of what's not working, so it's fine.
Well, and I think to be fair to Natalie at this point, if anybody's had a massage, they all know, everyone knows what she's
Right.
talking about right
Of
now.
course.
yeah,
Yes.
you're feeling sticky. You're feeling you need to shower off, right? And so anyway, we lay down and we were talking and anyway, it had come up and I just said, "Man, it would be so awesome if you could get a massage like that and just go to sleep."
Mhm.
And it was like light bulb went off for him and he was like, "Challenge accepted." I'm gonna go find it.
I love that attitude too, because like I have some friends that have that attitude, and you're like, that's who you want in your quarter who's like, yep, I'm gonna figure that out.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, he really took it to heart and he started going everywhere trying to find. Well, he started out first just kind of like Walmart, CVS, like
Yeah.
just places like that, like, "Hey, maybe there's something." And all of it was
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, to her point, I'd go to those places and they were all just massage oils and it was kind of the same thing. So then I started getting into some more specialty stores trying to find stuff. And I called a friend of ours who was a professional massage therapist and just said, "Hey, what's like the very
Use.
best massage oil?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't leave a sticky, greasy, oily feel. And his response was, "That's just massage oil." And so I'm like, huh. And then he said, "But if you figure something out, everyone will want it." And I'll give a little bit of a head start here to this, but that's why we call it Evree, is because it's a play on words that everyone would love
Yeah.
it. But so what we started down this road, weren't finding, or with kind of being told there's not a solution out there, but then started learning about ingredients and met a handful of people, and one thing led to another, and we can accelerate this story. But over the course of 6 years meeting with the labs all over the United States, we finally came up with the product. And it was kind of a neat experience because we sat down and said, "Okay, what's the ideal product?"
Mhm.
And as we were looking at massage oils, then lubricants came into the conversation. And frankly, I was a little naive at that point about the differences of them. But for your listeners, they might appreciate knowing this. The massage oils, often the reason we have two different products is massage oils oftentimes aren't safe vaginally, so they can cause vaginal irritation, yeast infection, UTI, etc. And so that is why there's lubricants versus massage oils. Now on the flip side, I haven't met anyone yet that says I want to take a lubricant and rub it all over my skin and use it as a massage oil. So our thought process was, what if we can come up with a product that's 100% natural ingredients, because that was important to us, and then a product that works universally as a massage oil and can be used as an intimate lubricant. And then from there, another complaint that I think anybody can relate to is if you take a massage oil or a lubricant and you squirt them out of the bottle they come in, they usually go all over the place. And I think everybody knows what it's like if I say it's dripping out of your hand or down your arm or wherever it's going. And so we thought, is there something that we can do to fix that? And the idea was if we could start in a cream form that would then melt into a liquid. And then we also thought it'd be nice if it would have a nice scent. And then the last component be edible. And you see a lot of stuff that says that they're edible, but they don't have flavor. They just taste like oil. And on the scent side, you can find massage oils that will have flavor or scent, but most of them will then have sugars in them, which will then cause vaginal irritation again for a lot of women. And so then there's a challenge again.
And sticky.
And then the sugars would make it sticky as well, which the whole start of this was trying to find a product that didn't leave you feeling sticky. So where we are today after 6 years is we have been able to develop this product. And I have to give compliments to the labs, because if you can understand that process, we'd meet with them and they would say, hey, that's too tall of a request. You're not going to be able to do that. But if you change and you put some artificial ingredients in it, or you're willing to put sugars in it, we can get you a cool product, but we can't get what you're asking for. But so then it was like, what can you do with of our request? And so we just started marking things off, and they'd get as far as they could. And then they were awesome, because they would say, you know what, we can't get any further, but you should check with this lab or this lab.
Yeah.
And then they would refer us out, and it was across states. And it was, like I said, we literally went all over the United States meeting with people. So they were really helpful that way too. I thought it was a neat community, that they weren't selfish. They were really trying to help us accomplish our goal. But yeah, so today we have this product called Evree. It's 100% natural ingredients. It's a cream form.
It's beautiful. It looks good on the nightstand.
Yeah. We hear that often. And then it's in a cream form. And the best way I like to describe it is if you imagine a whipped butter at a nice restaurant, and it looks kind of soft and silky if you were to touch it. And that's kind of the look and feel of our cream. And then if you took that whipped butter and put it on some warm food, it would melt down to a liquid. And the body temperature will cause Evree to melt down to a liquid form, work as an amazing massage agent and intimate lubricant. It is flavored and smells. We've got coconut, lime, and pineapple orange, and they smell literally like real ingredients. It's not, because it doesn't smell like candy or something cheap. And then it's being edible. It's also flavored. And then the end goal, of course, was to have a product that didn't leave you sticky. And not only does it not leave you feeling sticky, but it absorbs into the skin and works as a moisturizer and even nourishes intimate tissues. So we just have been humbled by the feedback too, because everyone is like, this is the most amazing thing. In fact, you'll like this, Monica, just because of our friendship. We've had a lot of other conversations. A gal sent us, and I have no idea how old she was, but actually I think she did tell us. She was in her mid-50s, if I recall. And she said, I feel like I'm in my 20s again using this stuff. Well, kind of funny.
I love that story, and I have heard it before, and I wanted you to tell it because what struck me when I first heard it was the amount of love and care that went into that whole process. And why? Because your wife wanted a massage oil that was not sticky. And I'm just like, that is really cool. like really above and beyond cool. But now I have to tell you my story with it because
Please.
I have not told you this before.
Oh, that's why I said, please, I'm excited to hear.
Because we met, and it's been several months. We met, and I got to hear that story, and you let us take home some of the product. And I loved the story, and I thought, I'm sure that product is great. But I have tried many, I mean, if you know what I do, I literally am an intimacy expert. We have tried lots of lubes. I do like massage, but my husband does not like to get his hands oily and sticky. So I
Mm,
brought this home and I'm like, I've tried all the lubes. Like, I mean, I know what they all do. I know all of their consistencies and what they are. And we don't really use any of them because we don't really love them, right?
sure.
And I had this on my nightstand for a very long time. And I was like, I'm not going to ask. My husband does give me massages, but they're like kind of dry massages and they're like, meh, it's like so-so. But it's the thought that counts. And I am appreciative, right? But because he
Sure.
does not like, he doesn't like lotion. He doesn't like sticky, nothing on his hands, right? And so this was on the nightstand for a really long time. And I was like, I'm not going to ask him to use it because I know he does not like that feeling.
Yep.
And then one morning, we had a lot of time and he started to like massage my back and my back was like really kind of hurting. I had knots and I was like, "Oh, let me push this like a little harder there." And he was like listening and I was like, "I wonder what this would be like." And it was literally on my nightstand. Look, we love it. Mine is almost gone. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But ooh, and I just like the smell is so good. But he started using it, and it is legit everything you say it is. Like, it felt really, really good. It sunk right into my skin. My husband did not complain about how oily it is. And it was the morning, so we didn't fall right to sleep, but we did take a significant nap right after that experience. We had a great experience. It felt so good. And we just rolled over and took a nap. And I did not have the feeling that, like, now I have to get up and take the sheets off and wash them. Like, it is everything that you say it is. And I am so excited because, I was so skeptical. I was like, I'm sure it's not like that great, right?
If I can say though, your response is normal.
Yeah.
Like when we tell people, particularly like yourself, who are intimacy experts and they have tried and seen it all,
It's
and
oily or it's
Yeah.
greasy or it's gross or it's just
yeah,
smelly
and they,
or yes.
yeah, you nailed it. And so, yeah, there's been quite a bit of skepticism, and very, very similar to what you just said is once they use it, they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't lie about this in any way, shape, or form, or not necessarily lie, but it's not like you were
You didn't
giving
oversell
us, yeah,
it.
you weren't
You
overselling.
didn't overpromise
Yeah.
anything.
Yes.
It is what you say it is. It's great. I'm
Awesome.
Yeah.
grateful that it took you 6 years. I'm grateful that you didn't stop until you got all the things. I don't know very many people who would do that.
Well, I have to, you make it sound good, but there was a point literally before the formula we were ready to give up. We literally said this is our last chance because these labs don't work for free.
Mhm.
And
You had
so we
invested a
were investing a lot of money with the idea that if we could figure it out, everyone would want it. So it was like, yeah, we'll keep taking some risk here, but you take risk and time for 6 years and then feel like you're not going to get there. We kind of started getting discouraged, and then it was literally that last chance that we took when it came all together. So that was kind of a fun thing for us to look back on now
Yeah.
and say,
Glad we didn't give up.
glad we didn't give up.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you hear that, what's the analogy? Like so many people stop like 3 inches away from the gold, right? And you just, thankfully, you took that last shot and it worked out. And I'm like really grateful for this because I just think it's so cool. Like now you have a product that makes it really feasible to be like, we can be playful in the evening. Like we can. do like, or in the morning or just whenever we want to use it, right? But we don't feel like we have to immediately take a shower. We don't have to wash the sheets. We don't feel like we made a mess. And I literally did feel like it was like moisturizing I didn't put it on my face or anything. And I haven't tasted it, but I might now.
Well, if I can add another thing that just crossed my mind as you were saying this, where we've received, because I mean, you can tell visually, I think we're pretty conservative people. And by nature of that, I think we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from people who have felt like maybe they needed a lubricant or a massage oil, or maybe they were looking for something to, as when you said playful is what made this cross my mind, but something to enhance intimacy and connection in their relationship. And the three words we use are playful, sensual, and pleasurable. But when you take this, I've got one here too, but the jar it's sophisticated, it's premium, it's clean, it feels kind of like a spa product. So we get tons of people that say something to the idea of, I can have this on my nightstands
Mhm.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
make me uncomfortable. Or if my kids open up my drawer and see it, I'm not panicking. But I also think for people who are timid in their relationship, that want to introduce something to maybe spice things up a little bit, this is a very non-threatening product. And so we've got a lot of I'll tell you what's been the most, I mean, I'll have Natalie speak if she sees some different, but the biggest takeaway for me
Mhm.
has been the gratitude. We've sold over 8,000 jars of this already. It's people are loving it and it's going very quickly. But it is amazing how many people take the time to reach out to us and say thank you, and
Mhm.
then express whether it was I didn't, we needed to mix things up, or how it's working for them, or they've been dealing with dryness. And we've had a lot of different topics that way where people have been quite forward with their health conditions or different things. And so it's fun because it's helping people, which is our mission. If you go to our website, the mission is we wanted to help couples to enhance their intimacy and connection in their relationship. That
Yeah,
was our goal with this.
just get closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's been really cool and humbling to get the feedback from people.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And at the risk of making you guys blush, I feel like I can say this now, actually, because at this point, I think most of my listeners are married and mature. And I think we've gone far enough into the episode now that I can say this. I just said that I hadn't tasted it. But as a relationship and intimacy expert, I will tell you that that is actually a big stumbling block for a lot of people. And I am like, you know what? I am going to taste this. And I am going to now. I am going to taste it so that I can fully endorse it, even for like that type of like solving that problem, because
Yeah.
it is the smell and the taste of certain intimate acts is really hard for people. And so I'm like, you know what? I actually think that this solves even more problems than you guys set out to solve. So I'm a
Oh,
huge fan and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. I think this is so fun. I want it in the hands of every married couple, especially paired with my new book that is specifically for newlyweds. And
Sure.
how awesome would it be for newlyweds to get to start with this type of a product to help them
oh,
kick off their
that has been our like gifts for newlyweds as of late. Like I take it and people are like, "Oh, what is that?" Or to like the favorite things parties type thing, but specifically for those newlyweds, I think same thing. Just it's awesome. Like
yeah.
so good. And like you said, to start off your relationship with it, just
Yeah,
it's
without all of the headache of the oily, greasy, messy stuff.
yeah.
Absolutely. And you weren't looking for this, but your book's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun with that, and I have had a similar experience where I am really blown away and so appreciative of the people that come back and say, you know what, this is actually very helpful. And, I'm like, I wrote it because I wanted it to be helpful. And like, I remember my husband and I have been married for 23 years, and I remember all of the bad advice.
Yeah.
that we were given and some of the heartache that came along with it. And so if I can save anyone a little bit of like, this is not the way I envisioned it, and I'm
Sure.
talking about this product as well. I like our our first sexual experience is not how I envisioned it. It's messy, it's gross, it's smelly, all the things, right? If we can save them some of that headache, like it's worth it.
Yeah, no, I think you did a great job, and I
Yeah.
imagine most people appreciate the read, and there's great tips and advice, but just I think you shed a different perspective on things that people can really benefit from that they hadn't considered. So well done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank
You
you
did
so
lovely. That needs to be our new pairing, doing this with the book for the newlyweds.
Well, that is my wedding gift for
I
newlyweds. That
love
is
that.
literally what I give away for every
Okay.
wedding. I've only had two since I've
Okay.
become a huge fan and my book has come out. But for
Sure.
both of those weddings, that's my gift. I give them my book signed and then this. So I love
I'm
it.
gonna start copying you.
It will be on my website. Oh, on my website, if you go, like the perfect gift for newlyweds, it is a
Yeah.
package deal. And
Love
I'll
it.
send it all to you.
So smart. If we all could know everything that's in that book right from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm so appreciative that you guys came and spent a little bit of time with me and told the story. I hope that it's enough for people to at least try it because I know that's all that it requires. Like once you've tried this, you will forever be a fan. And is there anything else that you guys want to add or talk about or
I don't think so. I think we've kind of hit all of the stuff on it. Just for your listeners, we're providing a discount, so making sure that we make reference to that. I think I don't know if you want to cover
Yeah,
that or
good
me.
point. I totally forgot. I have a special Evree link that would give you 10% off. And also, this episode, if you're listening in real time, will come out near the holidays. So be looking for, I've heard that there's going to be some special deals where you can stock up. So definitely go to
Everysensation.com.
everysensation.com with the code MONI. And of course, we're going to put that in the show notes for you so you don't have to remember that. But yeah, absolute great thing to stock up on. Will you talk for a second about like shelf life or storage or what the best way to make sure that this stays good?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Room temperature is the best place to store it, where it's 100% natural ingredients. It's made of exotic butters and oils, so it doesn't need to be refrigerated. And shelf life, actually, you'll run out of it before it expires.
I was gonna
That's what I
say,
like to tell people.
yeah.
But, and that's really true, I think. But the use by or best by, that's what they call it, because it doesn't actually, in our testing, they haven't shown it. They haven't identified the like an expiration date, but they have provided a best by, and that date is 2 years.
Oh,
So
wow. Because I
yeah,
was gonna say to be this, not this one, because I've run out already and this is my second. However, it did sit on my nightstand for a significant amount of time before I was brave enough to use it. So I can attest it doesn't change or,
yeah.
get bad or anything like that.
Yeah, and then we intentionally did 3.4 ounces so you can travel with it and you don't have to have any worries or concerns with that. And then another thing that we get quite a bit of feedback on is the size. When people get it, they are amazed at how a little bit goes a long ways. And I think that's worth listeners knowing is if it's not, you're not going to go through one jar of it giving a massage, right? That
That's
it'll
true.
last people a long time. So we've been selling it long enough that we're noticing most people are repurchasing about every 3 to 4 months. And so I would say that you can use it actively and make it last that long.
That's actually, I'm glad that you said that because I didn't realize I haven't had the opportunity to travel with it yet. But now that I know that, that's helpful with the holidays coming up. And my husband and I always do a trip towards the beginning of the year. So very good to know. I'm so excited. I hope that this has been an interesting, fun episode. And I hope that people will go try this because I want to go so far as to say it is a game changer. Like it literally is. So, anyways, go to the link in the show notes because everysensation.com/Moni and make sure you stock up for the holidays. Get it for there. There's a lot of weddings around the holidays, so make sure you stock up. But gifts, like I said, that's the reason I asked about the shelf life is because I have a closet full of like ready to give away gifts, and I don't.
Yes,
I'm gonna when it goes on sale because now I know I have the inside scoop.
yes, you
I'm
do.
going to get a whole bunch of them, stock up so that I am ready at any moment to give them as a gift. So thank you, Justin and Natalie. You guys have been amazing. And I cannot wait for more people to discover the
Oh,
absolute gift that this is.
thank you for
Awesome.
having us.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Grateful.